30 seconds left. Sanchez and Steele. Gets it off to Clausen. Clausen stops. Pops. Three-point shot. Oh, my goodness. Pass, knock loose. Riddle comes away with it. The Riddler.
And it's slam dunk by Riddle.
Riddle with the steal and the throwdown. Look into the air. He's got a man open. Passes up. Complete. Touchdown. Yellville. Hey everyone, this is David McBee with the Twin Lakes Sports Network, and welcome back to our second episode of TLSN Overtime. And we got a very special guest. We had to negotiate, contract negotiations, everything, but we finally pulled it off. We got Hunter SIMS joining us, YELLVILLE Summit basketball coach. So glad to have you on, Hunter.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, I know you've had a busy year. This has been a crazy 2020 through 2021. So wanted to talk a little bit about some basketball, and also we're going to find out a little bit about you later that maybe some people might not realize. So we're going to dig deep.
Okay, let's have
it. I'm just kidding. We're not going to dig that deep, but we're going to have a little bit of fun. But
I can make up good stories if I don't like what you ask.
So, hey, just kind of want to get started off. I know a lot of you, we've always known you as a coach. I mean, it's just thinking back to it, I probably got to see you, when you were first starting out. You were coaching summer tournaments through maybe. Yeah. So I've got a chance to see you progress from there up to high school and be a very successful high school coach. But I'm going to go blast from the past.
Right after I graduated high school. Yeah, that was right after I got out of high school that I got into that.
Yeah, you did a great job there. Well, I'm going to go blast from the past. Before we get into your coaching, let's talk a little bit about your actual playing career. I know you actually played in high school, so I know you had some great moments in high school. What would you consider probably the moment that sticks out to you the most as a player?
My senior year, and it's actually a little bit sweeter now that I'm at YELLVILLE and that YELLVILLE Flippin rivalry, but we were pretty big rivals with Flippin in high school too. We was in that league with them, and I had not played very good at their place, and I ended up getting fouled on a three with no time left on the clock and made free throws to win a conference game there. And it was at Flippin. It was the end of the year. You got to win, and you're trying to make your seed a little bit higher than what it was. And that was probably the highlight of my career, just individual moment.
Well, man, I mean, that's pressure right there, being at the free throw line. I'm sure the whole gym's quiet as could be, until you get ready to shoot. And that's why
I've got a joke with some of my buddies that I got a friend that he made a couple of game winners at the buzzer, and I never did that. I never got a buzzer beater, but I joke with him all the time that, he didn't have time to think about pressure on the free throws. When they call timeout, you got time to think about the pressure. So, I try to play that off a little bit, like mine was better than his, but he had a lot more of them than I did.
Well, I do have to say, I actually have visited. A lot of people don't know I actually work with your mom, and for those fans out there. And we actually had a bet on it. She said that you were going to say that was your moment. So
yeah, and since you brought her up, she told me that I had to give her a plug tonight and tell everybody that anything good about me is because of her, and anything bad about me is not because of her. So I guess there's her plug.
Well, I know she's definitely probably your number one fan. So I know she's always following all your games.
Yeah.
Well, so, you played through high school, and then you mentioned, you went into coaching. What kind of encouraged you to be a coach?
Like every kid, I thought I was going to go to the NBA, but in fifth grade, I was short and fat. So I thought that probably wasn't going to happen. And coaching's in my blood. I've got two or three grandpas that coach. I got an uncle that coaches. It's just what my family did. And I always really liked it. I loved the game growing up, and would talk the coaching side of it a lot growing up. And, I think I was kind of born into it more than anything.
Yeah. And you mentioned earlier, I mean, you started coaching the summer after you graduated pretty much. So coaching maybe with Pee Wees, what was that like stepping right into it?
Oh, it's actually backs up farther than that. When I was probably starting in ninth grade, eighth or ninth grade, we got to help with the Pee Wee camp that our high school coach did there at Bergman. And the last probably 30 minutes each day, we had our own 3-on-3 team or 5-on-5 team that we got to coach. And, I really look forward to that Pee Wee camp every summer because I got to coach that. But after school, when I got into the maybe stuff, it's kind of intimidating. You got kids that are 4 years younger than you that you're coaching, and you're going to go play school or you're going to go play teams that's got the best kid from every school around. And I had all kids from one school, but it was a good experience. It was, I think it was eye-opening to me more than anything.
Yeah, well, we were in the same boat. We were a school team, and you're going against these all-star teams that are dunking in warm-ups. It's pretty intimidating.
I think we tried to play y'all as much as we could, try to keep it competitive.
Yeah, we always knew that was going to be our best chance, and we got a chance to play you guys. So
yeah.
But you mentioned coaching kind of being in the blood, and I know you got a very special person that actually gets to join you on the bench as you coach over at YELLVILLE. Kind of, what's your thoughts on getting to coach with your grandfather, having you on the bench with you?
It's been the best experience of my coaching career. And my first couple years, I had lots of success. We got to go to the state finals a couple times, but this trumps that. It's a lot of fun. Not many people get to do that and interact the way we do and just be around each other all the time like that. Our joke in the family is that he's my subordinate. That's what I'll call him whenever we're out and about, or if we're talking about something, I'll call him my subordinate. It's just kind of funny because he was an administrator for so long, and he was the head guy and in charge. So it's a fun little joke. But it's all joking aside, it's been the best experience that I'll probably have in my career. It's a lot of fun.
Well, and I know especially like this last year, it was like a season probably no one's experienced because it was crazy with the pandemic and a lot of the, you're getting ready for ball season. What was preparing like with all those rules and all that stuff that was in place last fall?
It was a lot of question marks, which we have volleyball here. So we got to see kind of before basketball got here, what the gyms were going to be like and how they were handled. And, going to smaller gyms, we got to see that there would be some struggles there sometimes. We're pretty fortunate here to have a good sized gym. So I think Cotter and Flippin maybe brought big crowds and we had to give out tickets beforehand. But getting ready for it, you just never knew who you were going to have. You didn't know if somebody's going to get quarantined. For the most part, we were fortunate. I think that our senior boys got quarantined one time and we had to miss a few games. And I don't know that the senior girls ever all got quarantined at the same time. There was lots of individual quarantines, but we had a senior boy get quarantined off the bus. We were going over to Fayetteville, and we made it to Harrison, and we were actually by my grandpa's house. And the superintendent called and said that kid was to be quarantined. So we dropped him off at my grandparents, and the superintendent came and picked him up. And I sat there with him, and the AD took me on to the game. But it was a bunch of question marks going into it.
Well, I know you mentioned, the fans being a portion of it, and it was that was one thing I know in the previous couple of years we've covered. The YELLVILLE fans are some of the loudest fans. I mean, they get raucous. I mean, we enjoy covering their games. And this year it was weird, even though you had a lot of celebrities with all the cardboard things, which I thought was pretty cool. But, that kind of had to be a challenge too, not having the crowds like what you normally would have. Yeah.
And, it's the fans, we have a good fan base. We have lots of people show up. I mean, our side's usually full, but when we travel, we have a pretty good fan base. And here, our gym our fans are so far from essentially the referees. That's where your home court advantage comes from, is you get on the refs a little bit. We noticed it more on the road than we did at home, because when fans can be right there on top of officials, and we got a home court advantage on the road sometimes, and it's hard to do when you're only allowed 45 people in the gym or on your half of the gym. But I hope next year we can fill up our side again and get rid of those cardboard cutouts and not have to worry about moms and dads missing games and, which siblings get to come on which nights. I hope that all's gone and not a headache anymore.
Well, we did have some fun with the cardboard cutouts, zooming in on them and saying, hey, we got celebrities here, but,
Yeah, there was, we had some real celebrities, and then we had some YELLVILLE celebrities. We just had cutouts of random teachers and community members and all that stuff. So I think the kids had a good time with that and picking the pictures, and it was all fun. We made the best we could out of the hand we were dealt.
Yeah. Well, next week is actually a pretty big day for, some of your players that are going to be graduating with graduation coming. Any
Yeah.
memories that really stand out with this group that's graduating this year?
Golly, it's there's lots. When I got here, I was only coaching the boys, so this boys group I actually got in junior high. And it's the first group I've ever had that I had in junior high and saw them through to senior high. I think that we finished around just maybe a game under 500 their ninth grade year, 9-10, I think is what we are. That's a long time ago, but I think 9-10. And this year we finished at 18-7 or 17-8. I can't remember which one. So they got a lot better throughout the year. And there's not just one individual memory. Those kids though, that's a tough group to lose. Those boys were all really hard workers. They were hard nosed. They did what you wanted to. The girls that are seniors, I got as 10th graders, and they had not had just a ton of success in junior high, and we didn't have much success their 10th grade year. Last year, I think we won 11 games, which was the most they had won in a season. And then this year we went 15-10 is what we ended up. So they got exponentially better between their 10th grade year and now. And it's just because they're hard workers. They, like the boys, they did what I asked them to do, and they wanted to be successful, and they didn't give up. It didn't happen overnight, but they never did give up or anything. So I'm super appreciative to them for what they did for our girls program.
Well, and you mentioned moments. You had a pretty big moment last year, a milestone, getting your 100th victory.
Yeah.
How cool was that?
It was cool, and honestly, it was kind of special. The girls were really excited that it was their game that we did that in, and I think we were at Marshall when it happened, and Marshall's boys were a little bit down this year, so we were going to win that one. I'm pretty sure that'd be a win, but Marshall's girls weren't too bad, and our girls really wanted to be a part of that and be the game that won it. So there was it added some excitement to an already exciting game that night, but it was just. It was really special. Every milestone's going to be special, but lots of those wins were most of those wins are with the kids that I've had here. So they've all been a part of, all but about 20 of those wins. So it was a lot of fun.
Well, kind of tell us, this upcoming season. I mean, when you think about it, it's really not that far away. It's going to be here before you know it. What's your outlook for next year?
We got to get through the summer first. That's what I've started actually bringing in our junior boys this week after school. They're the only team that's not just affected by other senior high sports that are going on right now. April Martin coaches our junior girls, and she's in the state track meet today. So she's been busy with that. And we got senior high boys and girls that are in track and softball and baseball. So we've actually started working towards next year. I brought in 7th and 8th graders this week to start working in boys. We graduate a lot. I think we played 7 players every night and 8 players a lot of nights. And maybe we played 8 every night, and 6 of those graduate. So we bring back 2 that played a lot of minutes, and we've got some good players that didn't get to play a lot this year that our motto this year was just next man up. If somebody goes out with COVID, it's next man up. And then that turned into if somebody goes out with an ankle injury or a hip injury or whatever it is, it's next man up. And I think we're just going to keep that. It's, now it's the next 6 men up that have to replace those seniors. I think we have a chance to surprise some people that will get overlooked, but we've got competitors. We got guys that are going to compete hard. On the girls' side of it, we got a shot at being pretty one of the better ones in our league. We're actually losing one. Our football coach got a new job, and his daughter was a good player for us in the 9th grade and moved up and was part of our success. So we'll really miss her. But same coach, same motto. It's next woman up. We got other girls that can play, and we got some 9th graders moving up that are going to contribute as 10th graders, and we bring a lot back too. We graduate like 5 seniors, but there's 2 or 3 girls that played almost all of the minutes that are coming back. So we bring a lot back, and there were some on the bench who didn't play a lot that can shoot the ball and contribute for us. So I still think we're in the thick of things up there at the top part of our conference.
Well, and this isn't basketball related, but I think a lot of people might not realize you have a little bit of a side gig that I wasn't really aware of until, you contact us and say, hey, I, want to be a sponsor of Twin Lakes Sports Network, but SIMS Family Auctions, kind of tell us a little bit about what all you do with that.
Yeah, my wife's the boss. I just count the numbers. I stand up there and sell stuff, but just like always, I let my wife do all the hard work. My dad's actually a professional auctioneer, and I've always liked kind of the cadence he has. And I thought it was cool when I was little, and I wanted to learn how to do that. And so I learned how to chant. And then I think it was last year, Mom had a client at the bank who the guy had passed away, and they needed to sell their stuff, so we did it, and it's really taken off. I think we did 4 or 5 last year, and I've already got 3 on the books in the next month. We got 1 in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 5 weeks. So we're off to a busy start this year, but it's a good little side job. We have a lot of fun with it. It's nothing stressful for us. It's a lot of fun, and it's a family deal. Everybody in the family works it.
Well, kind of tell us, if someone's wanting to check out what SIMS Family Auctions does, where can they check you out?
We're on Facebook. You can go just SIMS Family Auctions on Facebook. It's got our phone numbers on there, email address on there. Just call us. That's the best way. Is I'd rather talk on the phone than answer a text or an email, but I'll answer any of that. Give me a call. If we'll liquidate your business. We'll do farm auctions, estate auctions, any auction you want us to do. Give us a call and we can do that. We really enjoy what we do. And I think that's part of the early success we've had is that the people we work for that hire us, it's fun for them because we have fun. It's just not it is a job, but it's not a job. Doesn't feel like you're working. I think that kind of rubs off on the people that we're hired by.
Well, I can tell you, I tried doing auctioneering once and it was bad. My tongue got tied. I couldn't do it. So props to you being able to do that, man.
Well, you better practice because if I need help, I'll call you.
I probably hurt your business. You wouldn't want me back, but I thank you for taking so much of your time. And I got to finish the show with these rapid fire before I let you go. And so this, and one of them's going to be pretty controversial. So I'm interested to see I'll save the controversial one for last, but okay. All right. Favorite carnival food?
Funnel cake.
Okay. That's been winning pretty good. Favorite TV dad?
TV dad? Arthur Spooner from The King of Queens.
Oh, that's a new one. Hadn't heard that one yet. So that's a good
one.
All right. Text or call?
Call.
Okay. Favorite show to binge watch?
Friends.
All right, this one's, I'm interested how you're going to answer this. Favorite Panther, Bergman or Yellville?
I think you're breaking up on me there. I got to go Yellville today. I've got on my green. That's something that never would have happened 10 years ago is green, but Yellville's been really good to me. I love it here.
Oh, all right, and this is the controversial one. All right, is cheesecake a cake or a pie?
It's cake. Kind of.
The argument, it's about 50-50. All the people we've been interviewing, it's about split down the middle. Some of them say it's a custard, some it's a cake, but
I've never thought about it. It's delicious.
So hey, so it's delicious. So that's a perfect thing. So
yeah, it's good.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your time, and appreciate it. We're really looking forward to covering you guys again. And next week we'll be over there covering graduation. So we'll be streaming graduation. So we'll be seeing you over there. But really appreciate you coming on, and want to thank everyone for tuning in and joining us. And be sure to check back. We'll be back, and I hope everyone go out and do something nice for someone. Remember, tomorrow's never guaranteed. So have a great week from Coach Hunter Sims and David McBee right here on the Twin Lakes Sports Network.
30 seconds left. Sanchez and Steele gets it off to Clausen. Clausen stops, pops, three-point shot! Oh my goodness! Pass knocked loose. Riddle comes away with it. The Riddler. with the steal and the throwdown. Look into the air. He's got a man open. Passes up. Complete. Touchdown, Yellville!